Hello everyone, my name is Jen and I will be assisting you with the implementation phase of your Task 2 here in this tutorial. During this video, we will look at the ways you can use the Google Classroom application to create an assignment similar to the one we created in the vocabulary section that you just completed. You will be demonstrating digital literacy skills in the process of this part of the activity. And as we move through this tutorial, I will try to point out some of those skills as we are going so that you are conscious of its relevance to the task. Forewarning, we will be using a couple other Google applications to create and embed some content into our Google Classroom, so you may want to open up a few tabs on your screen to get ready. We will be using Google Forms, Google Slides, and Google Classroom, which if you've never used before, you may not know that they are completely free and accessible through your Gmail account. If you don't have Gmail, that's totally fine. You can still use your other email account to create an account for free. So moving on, right now I have opened the Google Classroom activity that you just completed, just so that you're aware of what we're going to kind of be doing during this tutorial. So as you can see, we created a little form here using Google Forms that gave you a bit of information, a few images, questions, and then a slide for your references. So right now we're going to go straight into Google Classroom so that you can see what it looks like behind the scenes to make an assignment like this. So first you're actually going to Google Classroom, new tab, and when you get into the website, it's actually going to bring you to a home screen like this. And you can see, as I'm already a collaborator on your assignment, Group 9's Digital Literacy assignment activity is already in there. And we're going to create your own now. So create or join a class, we hit the plus sign and we hit create class. If you wanted to join someone else's classroom, you would hit join class, and then, as you know, you would be given a code by your instructor or whoever is managing the classroom that you could link up with immediately. So we're creating class, looking through this bit of the privacy information, and then we're going to create a class name. So I'm just going to call this Jen's Classroom. That's the class name, and then section, you don't have to actually fill these all out, but I will put vocabulary here in our subject. And I'll hit create. And this is going to take a couple seconds to go through because it's creating the whole platform that we're going to use for your classroom. And here we go. So this is automatically the setup that you're given to work with, and it's right now we're actually on the stream page, or the home page as I like to call it, because this is where all of your announcements, your tasks can be posted, your students will ask questions on this page. So it's a great hub for everything going on in your class. Now right here we have our classwork, which is what we're going to use today to create your assignment. And then we've got people, which is where you add your other teachers if you have co-collaborators, and then other students when you're ready to actually make this thing go live and you've got everything set up, you'll add your students on this page. Now the grades tab we won't have any data for because at this point we're just we're not really assessing anyone quite yet, but that is a whole other side to this application that you will find very helpful when it comes to assessing your students' assignments. So going back into classwork, we're going to hit create and we're going to hit assignment. Now the quiz assignment is great, and these are other formats that can get you started, but we're going to actually go into assignment, and this is what the assignment looks like. So my task for you was digital literacy terms, and then I think I had said something for our instructions were read the following information and answer the 2 questions. Okay, here's where you might add a worksheet. If you already had like a ready-made worksheet and you actually want to go through and just add that document. You could do that here, or you can hit create and actually start from scratch. So that's what we're going to do. Over here is where you can say how much your the assignment's points are going to be worth. I've said ours is going to be 20. All students, the due date is going to be next Friday. And then if you want to add in a topic detail, you can. Now the rubric button is another way for you to basically communicate to your students how they will be assessed, which I'm not going to do right now, but if you want to explore that later on, you are more than welcome. So here we're going to get straight into the create page. And then it basically gives you the option. Do you want to put it in a doc format? Do you want to use slides? Do you want to use sheets? Do you want to use drawings or forms? And I'm going to use forms today because I like how easy it is to just navigate. And if you haven't used Google Forms before, I really recommend it in the classroom, or if you're ever doing a survey or anything. It's just an easy way to get that information. So untitled form, we're going to call this assignment, well, we'll just call it task 1. And then up here we can actually say digital literacy terms. And here where it says form description, you can put in your instructions, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be naughty and just copy and paste that so that I'm not taking too much time. And then you can jump into your question. Now the question formats are great. You can choose multiple choice. You can use paragraph, short answer, and I think we used paragraph for the literacy activity, so the vocab activity, so we'll do that. But first, what I want to do is pull out of this page and actually go over to slides. Okay, so this is where I've created all of my slides, and they are here ready to go. However, I need to go ahead and download them as images because I want to insert these slides into my form that we are creating. So to do that, we're going to actually go to File, and you can go Download, and you can then do either JPEG image, or I use PNG image. So what I've done is I've downloaded them all PNG image. And now I can click and drag them into here. Oh yeah, it doesn't like that. Ugh, sorry, disregard the click and drag. We'll have to insert them because it doesn't like that. So my first question was read on the definition below. So we'll go ahead and put that in. We're going to mark it as a paragraph. Okay. We're going to make sure it's required. So students can actually complete forms without answering your questions if you don't mark them as required. Okay. It won't let them submit it if you have ticked here that it is required. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is add in a little image here. So now I can click and drag in. Okay, and see how I've just added that image. So now my question is aligned with that. And we're going to go on down, and then this is where the student's going to reflect on that. And then I will get their information later. Okay, so below that, I'm going to add questions. So now I can either go in the same format and I can ask for another paragraph, or I can do a multiple choice question. So it's all relatively easy in that sense. But for that bit, I'm actually going to leave that there, and I'm going to go up to theme because I want to get a theme going. Now, the great thing about this is there's ready-made themes. I'll go ahead and add that color because I'm obsessed with it, and then I'm going to come down and maybe change to formal font style. I like that one a little bit better. And I think that's about all you can do, really. But I think that's enough. And then if I wanted to add a video, or if I wanted to add a different kind of image, I could still do that. I could go down, get out of that, see where it says add video here. And I could insert a video, and then I could actually go on through and explain my questions below that video. So it's actually pretty easy to use, and I hope that you have learned enough information within the last 10 minutes to get up an assignment that's relevant to your context and your students. And I encourage you to use your creativity to, another digital literacy term, to really explore using Classroom and posting them. So just so you know, when you go back into Google Classroom now, and we should be saved, we're going to hit assign. Okay, our form is in there and we've hit assign. And when I open up digital literacy terms, I go in there and there is exactly the question we've created, and it's there for our students, and if they fill it out, then all of their answers will be compiled on Google Classroom. And you will be able to see that under the Class Drive folder, or also in the View Assignment area. Okay, so if there's anything else you have questions about regarding an assignment similar to this that you want to create, please feel free to contact me. I've left my information on the main contact page of the H5P page that we've been using, and I've also put it on the home page of our classroom that our group is using for your assignments. So feel free to contact me. Good luck, and I look forward to seeing what all you come up with using Google Classroom. Cheers.